Hi, everybody. Welcome to Lunch with Linda. I'm Linda Daniels. This is Lunch with Linda on either Facebook or YouTube Live. And you are now inside Northampton Wolves, so welcome. Whew, it's been a whirlwind. I have been away for a week, so this is my first time back since a week ago Saturday. So Kate and I have just been, I feel like, running our little butts off, and hopefully I will be able to put my hands on and remember everything that I want to tell you about, because today's August 8th, and yes, it is my birthday. Thank you, Bonnie. It is a big one as I now click over into the 70s. So it is my 70th birthday, and I'm telling everybody because that's just the only way to deal with it, right? It's what it is. I feel great. I'm really happy and doing what I love. So what could be better than that? So I thank you very much for all of your birthday wishes. It's going to be a great day. So at the same time, 4 days ago, it was Russ's and my 49th wedding anniversary. And if you tuned in before, we took a little trip down to Atlantic City because we had never been there before, and it was drivable and somewhere different and fun, and we had a great time. It's not what I would call our best ever vacation, but it was certainly filled with fun and adventure and a big day at the beach and a long day on bikes, so we had a really great time. And now we're back. And I took the rest of the week off. We got back on Wednesday, and I decided that I would just stay home. And that allowed me to get a whole lot of stuff done at home as far as knitting goes. And yes, we have no air conditioning at home, but I knit the entire 4 days that I was there. I just parked myself in front of a fan, which you will see trying to do a Mariah Carey to my hair, yeah. But it's not really working the same way. But I did get a lot done, not the least of which is this sweater right behind me. This is Kaladan, designed by Tammy Gore, which to me sounds like a 50s singer. We looked it up, and it's not Tammy Gore. It wasn't. It was Tammy Wynette, but something else Gore. Does anybody else remember? Bonnie, come on, Bonnie. Our music encyclopedia. What's the Gore singer's name? Anyway, this is the pattern, Kaladan. It is a purchase pattern on Ravelry, and the reason it is so special is that it is the Madeline Tosh official Rhinebeck sweater. If you don't know what that means,
Rosemary knew. Leslie Gore. And
Leslie Gore, that's it. Leslie Gore. Thank you. I can hear it, but couldn't think of the name. Anyway, Rhinebeck is the yarn festival in New York State. It's probably between 2 and 3 hours away from here, and a lot of people travel from all over the country to attend. It is filled with smallish companies and hand dyers, and it is a really big deal. Lots and lots of people go. And a few years ago, I have this wrong, but one of the designers it might have been Andrea Mowry, decided to come out with a special design just for Rhinebeck and call it the Rhinebeck sweater. And the idea was that anybody and everybody who was attending Rhinebeck would knit that sweater and then congregate on what they call the hill for a photo. And that whole idea has just grown stronger every single year. So now there are a lot of Rhinebeck sweater designs out there. And Madeline Tosh has jumped on the bandwagon this year and had Tammy Gore design this 2-color top-down pullover in their DK weight. So when I saw it first appear, we first got an email before it was actually posted on Ravelry, I jumped right on it because we had some Madeline Tosh already in stock. And Madeline Tosh has completely changed the way they do business. Since they've been purchased by Jimmy Bean's Wool, they are on top of everything. Eileen and I spent some time in the booth when we were at the H&H show in Chicago, and it was a really funny kind of circumstance that one of the merchandising person, Libby, there knows one of Jeff's neighbors. So we had a real connection and had a really fun time together. So we decided to really jump into Madeline Tosh hot and heavy this coming year, because we will be the only Western Mass store with it, with an inventory in it. Used to be that I would place a Madeline Tosh order, and they are a hand dyer, and it would take 6, 8, something. Then it started to get to 16 weeks before we could expect delivery on that order. Now things are much improved. The turnaround time is maybe 2 to 3 weeks, and they also keep some inventory ready to ship. So when I saw the pattern and saw what it was done in, I first looked at our inventory, and I had enough of the pink, whose color I wrote down, and enough of the red to start the model myself.
Copper pink is the pink.
It's copper in solid.
And the red is tart.
And the red is tart. So it took 1 skein of the tart, of the contrast color, and 4 skeins of the main color will do up to a size 46. And I want to talk about that for a minute, because they have inventory already, and I was able to go online and choose colors. So right behind me, I'm going to move out of the way and bring you in a little closer, because we got a lot of the colors in, how should I do this way? We got a lot of the colors in the amounts that you need. When you look at the pattern, the top color that looks like black on the pattern is actually done with snake, which is a really dark teal color. It is beautiful. Let's see. I hope it's showing. I don't think it's going to show on the monitor as deep and rich as it really is. Kind of gets grayed out, right, Kate? It's like not, it's just a beautiful color. When we looked at the original pattern, we thought it was black, but it's not. It's this really deep teal, which I did get a lot of, and then I got a lot of the that's all right, I don't need it. A lot of the other colors in 4 skeins that you can combine it with, such as, holy cow, look at that. Now that's out there for a lot of people, but you could do this with just about any of the colors that I did get if you wanted to do something close to what the pattern picture is, or you can go really wild and crazy. We didn't get a lot of the multis. We got this one, which is called Aurora Australis. So that would be a really multicolor. And then I got a speckle, which is silver lining, and that's this one. All right, you don't have to use the snake, but I did get a lot of the snake. You can do, this is Thunderstorm, which is more of a black if you wanted to do black. Or you can do the dark purple. This is Phantasm, a really dark purple. So I think we have a lot of color combinations here if you are interested in doing this sweater. Now, what I didn't do, because I didn't think I had enough yarn, I ended up having a small amount of the red left over, but in the pattern, it shows the entire cuff knit in red, and I didn't really like that look to begin with, so I just went ahead and finished it with the pink. Then the bottom hem is actually a split hem. So it's knit in the round from the top down, and just before the ribbing, you divide the piece in half, with the front being 1.5 inches of ribbing and the back being 2 inches of ribbing. They are smack dab, well, actually not smack dab in the middle, but they started a Ravelry knit along for this particular sweater, for the Rhinebeck sweater, which you can still join. There's still plenty of time to knit it. it really did not take that long, even though it is a DK weight. It's done on a size 7 needle. Just let me figure out how to not put the door. There we go. It's done on a size 7 needle, and like I said, from the top down, so it's not like you're trying to knit a fingering weight. I think that was probably one of the issues with a lot of the other Rhinebeck sweaters, is that they were all, many of them were written for fingering weight yarns, and it took a long time to do. So if you want to be part of the process, if you want to check out Rhinebeck this year and you want to be in the in crowd, then maybe you'll think about the Kaladan. This is our kind of like step back into the Madeline Tosh world. Kate and I have been so busy this morning that, wait, the DK is on the website.
It is.
Okay, so the DK is on the website if you want to look at all the colors. I did not best, but I will. If you want to look at the colors, I can get it, and it'll be here in a week. If you want to do the larger size, just let me know. I have to order it in groups of 4, so I wasn't able to order 5 of anything, and I didn't want to jump all the way into 8. But we do have 4 of stuff, and we can get other colors, and I'd be happy to get it for you. Okay, yeah, Madeline Tosh. The thing that's not on the website yet, because I just opened the box this morning, is the Madeline Tosh Merino Light. This is their most popular of their yarns. This is the fingering weight, and I just grabbed the top 2 colors. I didn't even look at you have the invoice there, how many colors I actually ordered. I think it was over 20.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's a lot of colors. So we will be working this week to get this up and on the website and stocked on the shelves. As you can see with the baskets over here, we're still in our clearance sale, but these are the last 2 weeks, and that stuff will be in new homes and hopefully making a lot of you happy. But in the meantime, we are getting fall stuff in. So we've got all of this to put away. So I'm really, really excited about having that. And then, can you give me that paper right underneath the book? We have another Madeline Tosh thing to tell you about. A lot of you, or some of you maybe, have done Advent boxes from designers or from companies, and basically what that is a box of things that are labeled, sometimes up to 30 items, and each day you are supposed to open that box or envelope or little bag, and you get a little knitting surprise in that bag. Lots and lots and lots of independent designers are doing them. Lots of companies are starting to jump on that bandwagon and do them. And we're never going to be left out there alone. So this year I went ahead and ordered 12 of the Madeline Tosh Advent calendars. They are just 12 days. And they don't really call it an Advent calendar. But this is what it looks like. You get a box like this, and they call it the 12 days of Madeline Tosh. Each day you are supposed to open one of these boxes, and the boxes are numbered so that you order it in you open it. That's not
in order.
You open it in a specific order. That's what I wanted to say. So that it makes sense, because everything in these little boxes are related. And I also want to tell you something very exciting about it. It is appropriate for both knitters and crocheters. Mm-hmm. So no matter what, if you are just a knitter, great. If you are just a crocheter, even better. You will get 12 wonderful little treats. I cannot tell you what, but I know that it's yarn. One of those boxes, at least one of those boxes, has yarn, and then stuff for both knitters and crocheters. So the Advent box from Madeline Tosh is $135. It's not on our website yet. That's also going to be our project this next week, is to get it up on the website. You need to pre-order them. You order and pay for them now, or in the next couple weeks until they sell out. We got 12 of them, so when those are gone, they're gone. But then you pick them up later on. I think it's near the end of October into November that they will be available for either pickup or delivery. So we are 100% behind Madeline Tosh and going to continue that. And I'm really, really excited about all of that. So that's Madeline Tosh, number one. When I came in early this morning to get some work done, I know. FedEx came in with a box, and lo and behold, here it is, the brand new book from Lane magazine called Salt and Timber. It even smells really good. It's $35, and it is another one of their beautiful books. There's a picture of fingerless mitts that are in here. This blanket, did you see the blanket? Oh my gosh, it's the last pattern, and it's just like, what? They did a whole blanket? Oh yes, they did. There must be a better picture, but this is the one that I can find right now. Look at that. Isn't it beautiful? So pretty. And it's just different colors, but it's all the same stitch pattern. It's called Culmination Blanket. So this is the cardigan that they have been promoting all over the place on their social media.
Love the collar.
It's so pretty. Little shawl collar. And oh, this one is gorgeous too. Look at that shawl. I love a shawl with a little delicate cable like that. Tree of Life upside down. Just so beautiful. So we have 10 copies of this now in, and what a delicious little hat as well. Oops. Just like that. So brand new, that is here. And then we just got notice, and I also just ordered another 15 copies of the Lane magazine number 15. And this is going to be a special magazine because it is a whole revamping of their layout, and they have now decided to go with some articles that will be in every single issue from now on. So that will be coming in pretty quickly because it's going to be ready for sale in September. So we're always thrilled with what Lane magazine is doing because they do some really beautiful things. One of the things that I finished on our little trip was the bucket shawl, and I want to show that to you because I am going to be doing this as a class, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. Look how pretty that is. If I move that way, I keep bumping into the comments, so I can't see. Isn't this beautiful? Garter stitch, short rows, and then I used, it's done in a DK weight. I used a solid black in the Harvest for the background, and then I used one skein of the Unique DK. And it is a self-striping yarn, which is slightly different than a variegated yarn. And so I found that I had to roll off specific colorways to get to the next color so that my flowers would end up being different colors. But it was really fun, really easy. And if you've always dreamed of doing the butterfly shawl, you will thank me for doing this one first, because this will really get you into the short road mood. Yeah, it is really beautiful. Thank you, Terry. I really love it. I can't wait to hang it up. So that's hot and fresh off the needles, and you'll be hearing more about that because I am going to, when I have a minute to breathe today, try to start scheduling our classes for September. The other thing that I finished was the Carosello jacket that I did for Plymouth Yarn. I just need to put buttons on it. We have this in stock. This just came in. This is one of the new fall yarns, and this is a really fun yarn to knit with. It's a bulky weight, so this I did on the size 11 needle, but it's multiple strands. It is like 4 thin strands held together to give this nice light multicolored effect. And I think there are about 10 colors in this. And the shawl pattern is bucket, but I think it's Buckett. And Kate's looking for it now. Or KKET.
I think that's what it is.
I didn't bring the pattern with me, but it is in my thing. But I'll let you know. There you go. 1 K and 2 T's, I think it is. Yeah.
Oh, it is. Yeah, 1 K, 2 T's.
So this means that we are starting to get in the fall patterns. So Rosemary, this pattern is not yet available on Ravelry. It is a design that I did for Plymouth Yarn, specifically for this now I can't remember. Caracello, that's it. I couldn't remember the name of the yarn. The Caracello. You can buy the pattern here. I do have it here on my computer because I wrote it for them. So we've got it here already, and we've got the yarn already as well. And basic stockinette stitch, it is done in pieces, so you do have to put it together. But it is a very simple garter-edged fold over collar, and it will look better when I put buttons on it and get it on a model. It'll look 100% better, but I wanted to show you that was, and that was what I wanted to say. If you follow us on social media, on either Facebook or Instagram, I started this, I cast on at 10 o'clock in the morning when we started our trip to Atlantic City. By the time we got there at 3:30, I had the body, because the fronts and the back are all one piece up to the underarm, and I had split and done both fronts, and I had the back left to do. So I figure it took me a total of about 12 hours to do the entire sweater. So this is a sweater you could easily do in a weekend on a size 11 needle. You know, you could space it out over a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and have a really great jackety kind of sweater for the fall. Okay, so one of the things that Kate and I spent the morning doing was getting ready for the shop hop, which officially starts today, but our first day won't actually be until tomorrow. And I want to give a big shout out to Terry Gasperi, who is on here, because she helped us finish our this is our giant granny square. It is the biggest granny square in Western Mass. I would love to say in the world, but I don't think I can say that yet. So Kate and I spent the morning hanging it and stretching it out, so that if you are doing the shop hop, you can come in and take a selfie in front of it, or from the outside on the street, take a selfie or take a look at it. So a lot of people worked on it. If you were one of them, we say thank you very much, but a very big thank you to Terry, who is here, and now she's being very quiet, who took it home and really finished it off for us so that it was big enough to fill the window. So we hope that creates a lot of excitement. Traditionally, during the shop hop, each store gives away a free pattern, and I designed 2 hats. I was really only trying to design 1, but I ended up with enough yarn to make 2. So this is the pattern that you will get from us for free, and these are the hats. This is also a DK weight yarn, and this is a skein of the twisted, I'm gonna duck down so you can really see it, Twisted Misfit fibers. 1 skein of her DK did this little stitch. This is just a little garter rib. And then I had enough to do a stockinette stitch version. So they're just kind of little beanies, but the pattern is sized for children, women, and men. And this is the largest size on the pattern. I'm gonna scoot over and grab a couple skeins because I didn't put any on the table. just so you can have an idea of what the yarn looks like. So Adrian did this really great pink and deep red. And yeah, Terry, it's really, really great. Wait till you see it. This is the color that I used, this gray and bright green for the two hats. And there are other colors, but I just wanted to grab a few for you to see. I think she's doing a really great job with the dyes, and that's what we're doing. And I did not forget crocheters, because I also did this crochet hat. And I want to say that sweater I did according to the smallest size, which was still generous at 40 inches. And I don't think I went to the full length, but there's plenty of yarn to make it longer if you want it to be longer. And I had enough left to crochet this hat in both the pink and the red. So if you are a crocheter and doing the hop, we've got this pattern free for all of you crocheters out there, and you can have both if you are a crocheter and a knitter. So we have not left the crocheters out. Okay, phew.
Oh my goodness.
I know, there's so much. I've shown you these hats before that I designed for Bloom Woolen yarns. This is the back and forth with that little zigzag pattern, and then this is the round and round. And again, you get both patterns on one sheet for these hats. And Lisa brought in the rest of the colors. Let me stand up and grab them. This weekend while I wasn't here. So it is a kit, and Lisa plant dyes everything. So in the kit you get a skein of the gray, and then you get one skein each of the paired colors. One is lighter than the other. And one kit will make both of those hats, and they are generous, and you will have, if you do it exactly like I did it, you'll have some of the lighter color left. But there was plenty of yarn to do both hats just like they are written. And yes, Amanda, you can make a kid's sweater. So this is the color that I used. This is called Bee Balm, and Lisa dyes all of her yarn with plants. So they're all named after the plants that she uses. This is Fern. Look at those greens this way. This is so pretty. And Hyacinth. I think this is my favorite. That purple is just beautiful.
I think the Fern is my favorite.
And this one is Morning Glory. That light blue is really pale. And the last one is called Mint. So you will get the pattern for both of the hats in the kit. That's my job this afternoon, is to put the patterns in the packaging. The yarns are not available as single skeins. They only come in the kit. They're not on the website yet. Hopefully we will be able to do that this week as well, but these will need to be photographed and all of that stuff. So it'll be the last thing that we do. But they are in the store. We have plenty of them right now. And then the other thing that we got from her is really great. I'm sorry I have to leave you guys so much, but we've just had to move everything around to try to get ready. She put together an all-natural moth protector. Now, nothing completely stops moths, but this contains cedar, rosemary, mint, lavender, and thyme. And she had dropped it off on Saturday, and when I opened the door this morning, it wasn't overwhelming, but there was a hint of this smell in the store. It's such a gentle aroma. You will really love it. There's plenty, a lot of it in the package. You could just take the paper wrapping off so it really diffuses into the air and just put it in with your sweaters, or you can divide it up into smaller packages and use it in a couple of different spots. It will be really, really nice for that. And if you don't want to put it with your sweaters, you can even put it in the bin with your yarn. It will help protect and helpfully keep the moths away from that. Phew, holy cow. So we're right at 30 minutes. So I will be open tomorrow. I'm not usually open on Tuesday, but because it's the shop hop, I'm going to be here tomorrow from 10 to 5, and then we will be open every day through the 20th, including Sunday. We will be open on Sunday as well for the shop hop. And like I said, we are going to be mad crazy busy trying to put orders away. We've got about 6 big boxes. I didn't even tell you about some of the other stuff that it has come in, and the orders are going to be coming fast and furious as we move closer and closer to September. So I hope you find time, even in this heat, to finish up what you're working on so you're ready for some new stuff. And I hope that you definitely get in here to take a look at our giant granny square, because it was definitely a labor of love for many, many people to work on. And again, Terry, thank you so much for your help with that. Okay, you guys, that is, I think, overwhelming for today. A whole lot of stuff. And I hope I see you, if not tomorrow, then sometime during the week. And thanks for your birthday wishes. I am probably going to run over to Harold's and get my free ice cream sundae. And at least have that treat for today. All right, everybody, go knit something. Bye.